Yep, here we go. This is what we're talking about. We just need that guy to move along. Apparently, his car broke right there. This is what I'm talking about. This is the real thing. And I say that because I've seen this before. This pattern of no pattern. I know it looked chaotic with all those stones. It looks like a guy just used random stones, you know, whatever he had left and put in it. I saw this in a church in London as well. And I think it's very interesting because it looks very crude by eye when you just look at it. And especially when you look at it from afar, you know, it looks crude, but it's not. I promise you, look at the line in the bottom, you know, the lines are perfectly level, even though they're not all the way through, you know. So this guy, he just mixed up a structure. Whoever made this mixed up a structure for no apparent reason. He could easily have started with all the big stones and let the small ones on top, but he purposely made it like this. And I think that's very interesting. I think maybe it has something to do with the resistance of the building. That's why all of a sudden they make stones like this in the middle. They switch from high, low stones, but they keep the level always. They don't forget the level at any time. It's perfect precision, and yet it is chaotic. And I think that's very interesting to watch. I have no doubt in my mind that this is real craftsmanship, not the shit we built today. If you asked a mason these days to do this, he would say, fuck off, I'm not doing that. Fuck off. If you want that, you give me a pattern. You give me the exact layout on how I'm supposed to put those stones, because I'm not going to use my imagination and whatever building materials I have and figure it out as long as I go, you know. The whole building is built like this. The whole, look at the tall windows, and this is the real shit, not that over there. That over there is some reproduction of something that used to be there. This is the shit. And yet the door is a little low. So maybe it's for the, what do you call them? The pygmies. Yeah. And of course, you have the spire with the copper on it. Yeah, and now it starts to rain. Cool. Nice. So yeah, there's a difference. Gonna cut you off for a bit until it stops raining. And yeah, I just gotta bring it up again. Look at this. It's not an impressive building, but it's still well made, and it's kind of pretty too, you know. Yeah, it's dirty, but it has some good features on it, you know. And people spend time building this shit. Even over here, when it starts to get crude, you know, it still has monuments on the top and stuff like that. But look at this shit. Then you go around the corner. Same shit as I saw in Chicago. Maybe not exactly the same, because I actually think that is the original building. But I'm pretty sure we all can agree that this ain't. Right? Everything behind it is rebuilt. I think in some point of time, this building got destroyed somehow, and then they kept the front and they built everything behind it. That's what I think. I've seen that in Denmark. I think I have footage of it. I'll show you that when I get back home. I have a building in Copenhagen, a building exactly like this, you know, where they have all kind of scaffolders and holding everything up, you know, and then they tear down the rest of the building. So I know for a fact that they do it, you know, and it seems like it's going around all over the world. Saw it in Venice, I saw it in London, and I see it here now too, you know. The front don't match the rest of the building. So, yeah. Then we have something over here. Interesting too. But that's new. At least most of it, I guess. Let's watch. See if we can see something. Pretty smile. I need to learn how to smile like that. That's one of those monuments again, like the Martha Wilson one. And here maybe you can see the original one. Okay, interesting. Let's look at this shit. So they bricked it up from the outside. So they're preserving a brick building by building a brick building on the outside. So they want to preserve an old brick building with a new brick building. This is brand new. See, this is how we build these days. This is it right here. This is how it's supposed to look when it's made in the 20th century. It looks like this. This is more like on the turn of the century to the 20th century. So I'm guessing, yeah, right around there. But this is built newly. So you wanted to preserve this old thing. Here you can see it clearly. You wanted to preserve that old thing by building a new thing outside to keep it up. So let's see if that's some kind of monument too. Tomlinson Hall Archway. This archway is all that remains of Tomlinson Hall, built in the city of Indianapolis in 1885. I was right, around the century. 1885, to serve as a city hall, convention center and annex to the city market. The building was constructed through the generosity of Stephen G. Tomlinson, that lived from 1815 to 1870, who instructed that the proceeds of his estate should be used to erect a city hall and a market. Tomlinson Hall played host to the convention, political gatherings, concerts and sports exhibitions before the larger theaters and stadiums were built. Right, I've always been there. Market stands and city offices occupied the hall's first floor. Tomlinson's Hall was gutted by a fire, of course, always the fire. In 1958, the entire structure above ground was erased, you know, except for the first story east wall, which was also the outside wall of the city market. This archway came to light in 1977, so I guess they built this, the shed outside in 1977. When the west shed was demolished during the renovation of the city market, the Tomlinson Hall archway has been preserved as a ruin, offered visitors to the city market a glimpse into the public building which once figured prominently in the town scene. So yeah, of course, yeah, makes sense, right? No, it doesn't. So you want to preserve an old building by building a building outside looks like the same, but it pretends, you know, because this down here is new too. That means this shit is new, you know. That means that shit is new. it doesn't. This could be old. This could be from the original one. Oh yeah, I see now. So they built this. They laid the bricks here and laid the bricks in between. Somehow preserved it. Yeah. Cool stuff. Then we have this shit. This looks like buildings I saw in England. Totally made out of bricks, and as many bricks as you can possibly fit into a building. It's like, oh shit, we have a shitload of bricks, we need to use them. Let's build a building like this. Yep. All new stuff. Nothing else to see here. Peace.